Hello, I'm Dr. Hughes, the CEO of VIVA Concepts. We've all had that happen where a person calls in, it's a price inquiry, and we didn't know what to do with it or we lost it. I've had that problem, you've had that problem. So let's take an example of how would that be handled. That's handled with the law of conversion, which is done by controlling the conversation. So how do you control the conversation? You control the conversation by asking questions of concern. So let me give you an example of how this occurs. Somebody calls in and says, "What's the price of a crown?" And the receptionist simply does, by controlling the conversation, will simply ask, "Well, is it okay if I ask you a few questions first?" The person will usually say, "Okay." Say, "Okay, the first question I'd like to ask you is, did your doctor tell you that you needed a crown?" The person says, "Yeah, they did about 2 years ago when I went to the doctor." "Okay, no problem. Has that tooth been hurting you for a while? Or you had any pain at all?" "Yeah, I've had pain for about 2 or 3 weeks. It's a little bit sensitive to cold and hot." "Okay, thank you very much." Again, I'm asking questions of concern. The next question I may ask is that tooth on the bottom or on the top? She says, "It's on the bottom." "Is it on the lower right or the lower left?" She says, "On the lower left." I'm keeping her involved using questions of concern. Now, if I can keep this person on the phone for about a minute to a minute and a half, I have her as a conversion in that appointment book. The way it would finish, I'd ask a few more questions of concern. I might ask her, "How did you find out about our office?" just to get that inquiry, to find out. And then I would give her an answer to her question about the price. I would say, "Okay, well, let me give you the price because that's what you called for. The prices in this area range between $650 on the low end for a crown, all the way up to $1,200, $1,500 on the high end. It really depends on what else may be needed for the tooth. It might need a root canal, it might need a buildup. We're actually not sure." So my suggestion for you, which would really be helpful, is come to the office. We'll do an exam and an x-ray. There won't be any charge for it. The doctor will tell you what it will cost, and from that point you can make a decision and go. What time would be good for you to come in? It's as simple as that. That's VIVA's training. Welcome to VIVA.